Good evening. It's 5:30 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting of the Edinburgh Economic Development Corporation to order. Mr. Garza, can you establish quorum?
That Veronica Gonzalez and Sabrina Walker are not present. Everybody else is.
That'll work.
And so we have quorum.
We have a quorum. Can we all stand for a pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next item, certification of public notice.
Saturday, February 11th at 5:30 p.m.
Disclosure of conflict of interest.
Yes, sir. Under state law, a conflict of interest exists if a board member or certain members of that person's family has a qualifying financial interest in an agenda item. If there is a conflict, the board member can participate or vote on the item. Are there any conflicts to disclose?
I do have a conflict of interest for item A.
For 5A.
Anyone else? We're good? Okay. 5A. I'm sorry, 5A, yes. 5A.
Okay.
Moving on to public comments. Has anybody signed up for public comments?
Yes, sir. Omar Medina has signed up.
Mr. Medina, in the front, please.
Thank you, gentlemen. My name is Omar Medina. I'm a retired Master Sergeant in the Marine Corps, 25 years. After retiring, came back to Edinburgh, and I joined the American Legion, our American Legion Post 408 here on Klausner. After a few years, I became the commander there, so I'm currently the commander of the American Legion Post 408. And we just wanted to come out, myself and some Legionnaires, wanted to come out to thank the board, the council for all the projects that you've done here in Edinburgh that have made the city a lot better. Since I've been here, I've noticed a marked difference in the quality of life and the projects that you've all been doing. As veterans, we take pride in being from Edinburgh. I know the fire station, I know if you all have driven through there, it says Hometown of Heroes. And every time we go by there, it gives us a certain sense of pride. And that's why we want to thank every member that you guys are trying and doing your best to accommodate and make life better for veterans. That is the mission of the American Legion, to make the veterans' lives, the quality of life better here in Edinburgh. We have all kinds of programs that we do. With your help, we're trying to make that even better as we go along. The point of this was to make sure that the members know that we appreciate everything that you're doing, not just for the City of Edinburgh, but specifically for the veterans. We're all appreciative, and we wish you the best of luck with the leadership class that's going on right now. Their project is going to help a lot of veterans out. It's going to make, like I said, the quality of life for us a lot better. Having said that, I don't want to take too much time. So, gentlemen, thank you. Thank you all for your consideration.
Mr. Medina,
Thank you, sir.
If
Yes,
I
sir.
may, I'd like to share some comments with you. We surely appreciate your service to this country.
Thank you.
And your comrades and every veteran that is here. I happen to have the good fortune of working at Hillcrest Memorial Park, and we have 2 Congressional Medal of Honor winners there.
Sure.
We're very proud. We're very proud of our veteran from Edinburgh, and I can't tell you how how proud we are of you guys. We appreciate everything that you do for the city, and how you represent this country. So again, thank you for your service.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Medina. Okay, moving on to regular agenda item, item 5A. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Any other public comments? Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to item 5A. At this time, I'm going to abstain from item 5A. EDC Secretary Raul Resendez will present this item.
Do we have anyone who's going to speak on behalf of, so?
So the item is Discussion and possible action on a request from the leadership, Edinburgh Class 34 to participate in a marketing and signage campaign for up to $15,000. Carlos, did you want to introduce the item a little bit and talk about what leadership Edinburgh is up to right now?
If you guys want to come to support. Hello, everybody. I'm Carlos Garza. I want to introduce myself. I work with the City of Edinburgh, and also I am with my Leadership Edinburgh Class 34. Just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for having us here today. We want to introduce to y'all an important project that is here for the City of Edinburgh. It's an untapped market. This will provide market presence on the frontage expressway, and it will help alleviate with the traffic on Trenton and that runs east and west to create purposes for marketing for business for the events here with the City of Edinburgh. People from that market never go into the city and just turn on Trenton, and we know what's there. We have huge hospitals with thousands of employees there. We also have our hotels, and the people that stay in their hotels are international. And when people drive by down Owasso and on Klausner to get to those hotels to turn right or left, they never go into the City of Edinburgh. Or if they do, it's because they're local. We want to capture that market. We want to be able to go and be able to have promoted items from Edinburgh, and this is why we come as a leadership class to the EDC today. We want to be able to drive sales tax, and again, it makes an indirect impact on our target audience, which will directly impact the Edinburgh EDC. The EDC is funded by a portion of our sales tax, as you may know, directors, and this will have tourists go for food, gas, shopping, even if they're local tourists. So we just want to let you all know that the American Legion project that we have with our Leadership Edinburgh class has also raised $25,000. This is our community service to our city and to the veterans. We have an MOU that's drafted. We have signed maintenance agreements, which the American Legion class, with the American Legion will have to pay. So there will be maintenance for this. This is not going to just be a sign that's put up and will never be taken care of. This is going to be something that's going to benefit the city, it's going to help the city, and it's going to create quality of life for the American Legion veterans. I just want to say thank you, and I will entertain any questions.
I have a question, Carlos.
Yes, sir.
Has this been presented to the city yet?
So at the moment, the city, and not at this point, if this gets approved, it will go to city council as well and advice for the public of the assistance. EDC is a marketing tool for the city, and we come to the EDC so they can assist the city of Edinburgh with marketing. These will be the people that come from all over the valley. They'll be presented events that they don't know what's happening, and they're not only from Edinburgh.
Good, Carlos, thank you, and thank you for what you guys do with Leadership Edinburgh. It's very important. As throughout the entire valley, we have leadership classes going on simultaneously, so it's important what happens geographically and regionally.
Thank you.
The 25 grand that you've already, a great job on that. How did that come about? What?
Definitely, very, very good question, Director. The 25 grand came from 3 different fundraisers. The first fundraiser was in Christmas. We took our time before Christmas to stay in a booth during one of our Night of Lights events. At that event, we wrote cards to veterans and we shipped them out to them. We sold cards to veterans through a donation and we shipped them out. So we got a good $500 from that. That was our first one. Our second of all, we had 18 of our class sell barbecue tickets. That allowed us to create the third event, which we recently had, which was our Leadership Edinburgh Luncheon. That luncheon gave us about $20,000 in sponsorship donations. Now, one of the things we want to just clarify in here is that we come to you all not to ask for a sponsorship, but we come to you to ask for an advertisement and quality of life project here for the city of Edinburgh.
Any other questions?
Mr. Secretary, if I ask Counselor a question. Omar, as a member of the American Legion, do I have to abstain from this at all?
No.
Thank you. For the record.
Any other questions?
You mentioned, there's a mention here about marketing and signage, so can you get a little bit more specific, Mr. Carlos, on
Definitely.
what your thoughts and ideas are?
Director Garza, what we want to be able to provide is a funding for a 15 feet high sign, that's 7x3 digital sign, video LED. So, as you may know, there are LED signs around the city inside, like the chambers. I don't want to diss Ronnie, but that doesn't have video. So we want to be able to provide, high quality stuff that's right now, technologically advanced, so that we can bring in not only just higher audiences, but every audience, whether it be youth, whether it be teenagers, whether it be adults. We want to bring all audiences. We're proposing a 2-year commitment to provide advertising for 20 major events, and each event to be displayed for 2 weeks. 20-second video, logo, message 20 times a day. So we want to be able to present those to y'all. Of course, and if there's any type of agreement that you would like to present to us, we would be happy to entertain it.
Now, the staff is recommending $5,000. Is that in light of our guidance, the new guidance rules that we put in place not too long ago?
No, those rules were really more for the sponsorships. This is actually for advertising. And typically, at the staff level, we handle marketing and advertising, except for any advertisement that's going to a single vendor above $10,000. So by state law, that would have to get approval from the board.
Right.
So what I'm recommending is a $5,000 contribution for 1 year instead of a 2-year commitment, and then we can look at it again next year. And then aside from that, what they're proposing in terms of the frequency of showing the displays and our ads and whatever we present to them to run on the display ad really isn't going to get to the meat of our audience. Our audience isn't here. Our audience is really the decision makers who are looking to locate here. This is a kind of a placemaking effort, which I think is really a great effort. As a matter of fact, I gave $500 myself for that effort. So I believe in it, but I don't think that necessarily the EDC has to put up more than about $5,000.
Which keeps us consistent with what we've been doing.
Yeah.
And also, I agree with what Carlos was saying as to the hotels that are around the area, that there's a lot of people from out of the city, from out of state, that stay there. So I think it'd be a great place to have advertisements for EDC and for some business, so
Yeah.
I agree with that.
The numbers I see here, the traffic count, those are current numbers, Carlos?
Yes, sir. Those are since
Could you just
2021.
state that for the record?
Yes, for the record, I just want to present that as per TxDOT, in 2021, the average daily traffic counts was 19,626. That's the amount of people that drive by Klausner to get to these areas. And again, they turn on Trenton, go to the hospitals.
This is an average daily traffic.
Daily traffic.
Yeah, and so my comment is, I agree with what staff is recommending. And I think 15 is a little high, and that would be 15 for 2 years, so 7,500 per year, is that, or is it 15,000 per year?
So it's, just to add, our Leadership Edinburgh class is only 1 semester, which goes from September to May. We are proposing for every year to be the 7,500, but because of the time frame, we want to be able to put it in one project from the get-go, from the beginning, because we want to be able to provide the business development and target the audience from the hotels.
Right. So we can basically look at it from your perspective, so that when we look at it, we commit to 1 year
Right.
based on staff recommendation, then come back and,
We can bring it back next year, yes.
which
Yes.
should be fine
We
then.
can make it something that we can renew for next year.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with your recommendation, but then just to take advertising into consideration, and then a little something to help with the project.
I totally agree with that.
I'd be inclined to go half.
I think that we need to remember that along with us getting the advertisement that we need to get, or that'll be useful to us, we also need to remember that at the same time, we're going to be helping out our veterans, which I think is very important. It's kind of one bird with two stones, or two stones with one bird, whatever. But
Right.
but I think that at the same time, it'll help our veterans. And I'm inclined. I'd like to make a motion to do 7,500.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Raise your hand, say aye. All opposed? Motion passes. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great work.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next year.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, great job. I'll go, I think they're getting rolling.
Okay. You coming back?
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Let the record show that Roland is back inside the meeting.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for coming, Commander.
Thank you, veteran.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mr. Vega.
Okay, moving on to item 5B, discussion and possible action on request for sponsorship from Edinburgh Chamber of Commerce for Fiesta Edinburgh to be held on March 2nd through 5th, 2023.
So we have Ronnie with the chamber here, and he's going to talk a little bit about Fiesta Edinburgh.
Good afternoon, or good evening. Ronnie Laralde, Executive Director of the Edinburgh Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, gentlemen, for hearing us out today, even though someone was taking shots at our digital board side. But for the record, you know, I did want to point out that the Fiesta Edinburgh is happening again this year. It's a big event, quality of life in our event that happens in the city of Edinburgh. It is the 54th annual running event, so we're excited to bring that back. And you know, the EDC has always been supportive of quality of life events, and you know, 3 of the major ones we carry are Fiesta, Texas Cookum, and the Night of Lights Parade, which is very big and dear to our citizens and the region. So we're excited to say, and I know most of you all have heard the news, but we are finally making that transition to Bird Ogden Arena. So this has been a growing event, starting from the square when I remember going as a kid right here at the county courthouse, and transitioning to municipal, to HEB, and now to Bird Ogden Arena. So we're excited to present that this year. Obviously, that's the biggest change of the event. On top of that, that has allowed us to draw some bigger entertainment to the area, including our 2 major headliners being Los Tigres del Norte on Friday night, and then Saturday night, which we just announced, Cow Park is in addition to Randy Rogers Band on Saturday night. So on top of all that, of course, we have the carnival, and we have a lot of food vendors. We have a mercado. We have a couple of entertainment shows that are happening there. So overall, we're looking to draw close to 15,000 people within the 4 days of the event. So it's a great quality of life event for our kids. All our students that go and attend the carnival right here in their own backyard. They don't have to leave the city to enjoy top-notch events that the city of Edinburgh and of course the EDC has supported over the years. So we're excited to have this opportunity to partner up with you all again. Of course, this is a huge event that isn't possible without our business community and the city of Edinburgh with their services that are also provided. So we're excited to do this again, and I'm here to answer any questions that you all have.
Can you talk a little bit more about the fajitas?
There will be plenty of that. Yeah.
And don't forget, backed by popular demand.
Yes, backed by popular demand, we're bringing back the Fiesta Parade. So that's happening Saturday morning, which is at 10 a.m. And that'll have, the route will be from Richard Flota Stadium to the county square. So we're excited. We haven't done the parade since 2019, obviously with COVID, and then, there was some flare-ups back in, the next couple of years. But we're excited to bring that back as well.
Well, with the entertainment, will they be playing inside or outside?
Yeah, so there will be multiple stages. The main entertainment will be inside. It's a ticketed event. And we'll also have live local entertainment outside as well.
Yeah, there's such a great energy that's felt right before and leading up to the fiesta. I know the city gets excited, people get excited, and now that we're having Tigres del Norte, it's even better. I still need to work on my dance steps a little bit, but I'll take some classes, but yeah, I think it's a wonderful event for the city.
You'll be all right, right? You'll be all right.
Yeah, yeah, we're
But
right.
yeah, my heart does feel the energy too, these few
You
weeks
feel the
leading up to it.
excitement.
Yeah, we look forward to it, especially Saturday night with Randy Rogers, so.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
we'll be there. All right, any other questions, discussion?
What is the staff
Yes.
recommending, I guess 15,000?
15,000.
So, last year was, contribution was 15,000, so it's been like that for the last several years. The ask was 20,000. My recommendation is at least the 15,000, but if you're inclined to do 20, we have the budget for it.
What does the sponsorship entail exactly? Like what are the benefits?
Well, one of the things that I
for-
did also want to mention is that this is probably their biggest fundraiser, and the Chamber of Commerce is a partner in our business development efforts. When you think about what Ronnie does and what I do, just last week we had a visitor in town that was an investor looking at different options and different opportunities, and Ronnie was with me, for all of one day, almost basically. Along with that investor, and so we were able to attract him and give him enough interest to where he's going to do something here. We're not quite sure what, but he's going to do something here in Edinburgh, and it should be very beneficial to the community. And that's why I think that this is it really does warrant support from the EDC to the chamber.
And we have a great partnership with the Chamber of Commerce. We're very appreciative of that.
Appreciate it.
Brian, do you know how
Just
many?
to, go ahead.
Excuse me, do you know how many years the EDC has sponsored the event?
I'm gonna say it's been at least maybe 20 years. You know, I've been with the chamber for 11. It's increased as we've, moved from venue to venue and got bigger acts. You know, that's kind of something that's always been in the plan to bring quality entertainment and top-notch entertainment that competes, at, what I like to say, every level here in the Valley. I know it's, I'm going to say it's close to 20 years, and every year it's been, Raul is correct, it's been 15 for a while, but it's increased, since I've started here, and so has the event. The event has, there's been more support, there's been, better venues that have helped, with this event. Obviously, the county courthouse being in the parking lot kind of changed the direction of the event, so that's to my knowledge, yeah.
Well, how
And
many
just to answer Director Garza's question, I think there was a packet that was included, but I can kind of go briefly over it. But basically, being that title partnership would give you, everything from marketing to event tickets, but it includes presentations, but everything from our video, from our radio marketing, from everything you can think of.
How many people did you say attend? Or you're
So
expecting?
we're expecting about 15,000. So I mean, just on Thursday alone, we do have a $10 special with the carnival. There's anywhere close to 5,000 people on Thursday. The arena venue is set up for 5,000 to 6,000 people per show, and it looks like Friday's going to be close to a sellout show. So that's kind of what we're expecting.
Good, I like it,
Ronnie, I guess it's just kind of a general question for me.
Yes, sir.
So, as the venue's gotten bigger, obviously, the concerts that we had on the smaller venues, the ticket sales or what have you went towards the event. How's that gonna work with the Bird Ogden Arena?
So it's been obviously through the years it's changed, and the number one draw is obviously the arena and bigger acts. So that has allowed us to do more calculated risks on artists. We were all there last year where it was 35 degrees and raining, so that has always affected attendance. Right. As far as for the concerts, and we all know festivals are a big risk, but that kind of helps eliminate that. So as far as the ticketing, we do have a partnership with another entertainment company that does, especially for Friday night, that they assume some risk, or most of the risk for that night, and in turn we get sponsor obligations as far as tickets and stuff. As far as Saturday, that is 100% ours, and we've worked out an agreement with the arena as far as ticketing goes to us, and there's a percentage of beverage sales, which any other normal promoter would get,
Right.
you know, in that venue.
Right.
Yep.
Now, there would be some events being held inside the arena, or is that all gonna be in the parking?
Just the main concerts.
Oh, the main concert, so
Correct.
they'll be inside?
Correct.
Okay, good, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice, thank you.
All right, any other questions? Can I entertain a motion?
I'd make a motion to approve the $20,000 pachanga sponsors.
Yeah, and I'll second that.
Okay, I have a first and a second.
Discussion.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Ronnie, thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for your presentation.
Appreciate your
Make sure
support.
the fajitas are tender.
Will do.
Medium.
Yeah, medium. Thank you, Ronnie.
Okay. At this time, we're done with regular agenda items. I'd like to entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
I have a first and second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. It is 5:56, and we'll be entering into executive session.